It was supposed to be the happiest evening of my year. My birthday. My friends, my family, the people who mattered most were gathered in the living room I had decorated with my own hands. Soft golden fairy lights wrapped around the walls, a slow playlist humming from the speakers, and the warm scent of vanilla candles floating in the air. Everything looked perfect, at least from the outside. Inside me, something had been breaking for months. My husband, Horace, had changed. Or maybe I had just finally opened my eyes. His temper had grown sharp, his patience thin, and every conversation now felt like I was stepping barefoot on scattered glass. I kept telling myself it was stress, work pressure, bad moods, anything but the truth I didn't want to admit. Tonight, I had promised myself, no fights, no tears, no ruined atmosphere. I wanted just one peaceful night. When the doorbell rang, I almost ran to open it. My best friend, Samra, stepped in, holding a giant bouquet and shouting, "Happy birthday." The house filled with laughter, greetings, and warm hugs. For a moment, everything felt right. Horace came downstairs a few minutes later, dressed in a crisp black shirt. He looked handsome, but his face carried that familiar tension. He glanced around the crowded room, nodded politely at a few people, and then gave me a half smile. That half smile. The one he used when he didn't want to start a fight in public. People were settling in, talking, taking pictures, complimenting the setup. The cake sat beautifully in the center, white fondant with golden streaks, exactly the way I liked. As I moved through the crowd, greeting everyone, I noticed Horace sipping his drink, his eyes following me every time I talked to someone too long, laughed too loudly, or existed too freely. I ignored it. For tonight, I just wanted peace. The cake-cutting time arrived. Everyone gathered around me, filling the room with a cheerful birthday song. I held the knife, smiling, and Horace stood close to me, an arm around my waist. Cameras flashed. I closed my eyes, made a little wish, and blew out the candles. "Happy birthday," people shouted. Applause echoed. I turned to feed Horace the first bite of cake. He accepted it, but his jaw tightened as soon as the cameras lowered. He leaned closer, whispering sharply, "Why were you laughing so hard with Bilal? You think I didn't see?" I froze. This again. "Horace, please, it was nothing." He was telling a stupid joke. "Don't start?" Before I could finish, he stepped back slightly, his expression darkening. And then it happened. The room, the laughter, the music, none of it prepared me for the sudden sting that exploded across my cheek. He slapped me. Right there. On my birthday. In front of everyone. The sound echoed sharper than the speakers playing in the background. The room fell silent instantly. My friends' mouths dropped open. My mother gasped. Even the candles on the cake seemed to tremble. My cheek burned, my heart twisted, and for a second, I forgot how to breathe. But then something unexpected happened inside me, like a switch flipping. For months I had cried quietly, tolerated silently, accepted humiliations behind closed doors. But humiliation in public? On my birthday? That pain didn't break me. It woke me. So I did something nobody expected. I laughed. A soft laugh at first. Then louder. Then fuller. A laugh so sharp, so unexpected, it sliced straight through the silence. Everyone stared. Even Horace looked stunned, his hands still half raised, unsure what was happening. I wiped the corner of my eye, pretending it was from laughter, not pain, then took a deep breath and spoke loudly enough for everyone to hear. "You know, Horace, I always wondered how long it would take before you showed your true face in front of others. I guess today is the day." Gasps spread across the room. Horace's face went pale. "What nonsense are you talking about? You're embarrassing me." Embarrassing you? I laughed again, slow and bitter. You hit me in front of 30 people, and I'm the one embarrassing you? Whispers erupted. My uncle stepped forward. Beta, are you okay? I nodded slightly, but my eyes stayed locked on Horace. For the first time, he wasn't the one intimidating me. For the first time, he looked afraid. I continued, my voice strangely calm. Do you all know what he did last week? He broke a glass plate because I said I was too tired to cook. And the week before that, he accused me of cheating just because I was late from work. Horace took a step forward, panic rising. Stop it. This is not the place. No, Horace, I cut him off. This is exactly the place. Because you never listen at home. And I'm done covering for you. My mother's eyes filled with tears. My father clenched his jaw, anger radiating from him. Samra's hand slipped into mine, squeezing it gently. For a moment, nobody moved. Then I smiled again, a smile that wasn't joy, but strength. You slapped me on my birthday. You humiliated me in front of everyone. But tonight, Horace. I'm not the one who should feel ashamed. He swallowed hard, glancing around. People were staring at him with disgust, disappointment, shock. His control, his favorite weapon, was slipping. Let me explain, he tried, his voice cracking. You've been explaining for a year, I replied. I've listened to excuses, promises, apologies, and every time, you broke me a little more. But tonight? I stepped closer, my voice dropping to a cold whisper only he could hear. Tonight, you broke yourself. He stepped back like my words had physically hit him. Someone in the crowd muttered, shameful. Another said, unbelievable. A few of my cousins walked away, shaking their heads. Horace's breathing grew uneven. He was losing control of the moment, the crowd, the narrative, everything he always tried to dominate. He reached for my arm. Let's go inside. We'll talk. I jerked my arm away. No. We're done talking. You're being dramatic, he snapped, trying to regain authority. So were you, I replied sharply, when you slapped your wife over a joke you misunderstood. The room stayed silent, the tension thick and heavy. I turned toward my parents. I'm going to their house tonight. My mother nodded instantly, already packing up the courage she hadn't shown in years. Of course, Beta. Let's go. Horace's voice rose in panic. You're not leaving. You're making a fool out of me. I faced him one last time. You did that yourself. Then I took my purse, my phone, and my dignity, and walked out. People parted like a path clearing for someone reborn. Horace shouted after me, but nobody looked at him with sympathy. Not one person moved to comfort him. He had finally shown everyone what I had lived through quietly. Outside, the cold night air kissed my burning cheek, but for the first time in months, I felt like I could breathe. My mother held my hand. My father walked ahead, shoulders stiff, fury in every step. Samra rushed after me. You okay? I nodded slowly. I will be. As we drove away, I looked at the house, still full of light, music paused mid-song, cake untouched. My birthday had been ruined. But my life? My life had just been reclaimed. Sometimes strength comes quietly, sometimes it comes with tears. But sometimes, it comes with a laugh so unexpected that it shakes the ground beneath the person who tried to break you. And that night, my laugh did exactly that. It made Horace regret everything, instantly, completely, and undeniably. Because he didn't just slap me. He woke me. And I wasn't going back to sleep.